The world is affected by significant corruption. So yes, there are countries with fantastic levels of corruption, and some of them appear in the third world and in the poor part of our globe, but this would not happen with the complicit participation of the first world, developed countries, where that's all those monies. In the case of Nigeria, 40% of the population living in poverty, and $150 billion left the country through illicit flows. Where did that money go? It went to the United States. It came here for property and lavishly lives of those that are under corrupt. So what we expect here is not pointing some countries or some people being corrupt, but to see and find what can we do together.
Now, the British Prime Minister's comment about Nigeria has drawn various reactions from Nigerians all over the world. But as Transparency International points out, no country is immune to corruption. Our correspondent Amarachi Ubani reports.
Cabinet meeting this morning. We'll talk about our anti-corruption summit. We've got the Nigerians. We've actually got some leaders of some fantastically corrupt countries.
An unguarded comment made by the British Prime Minister David Cameron that has drawn reactions thousands of miles away in Nigeria and around the world. Once again, Nigeria is back in the spotlight as the world focuses on one of its most challenging problems: corruption. While some agree that the country is indeed corrupt, they do not agree it is fantastically corrupt, as the British Prime Minister put it. Former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, commenting on his successor's comment, said, "I don't think that it's exactly news to everyone that there is an issue and a challenge of corruption in Nigeria. The important thing, obviously, is that there is a new mood in Nigeria against corruption, and the new president is a staunch fighter against it." Transparency International, which came quickly to Nigeria's defense, had a few months ago released a new corruption perception index, putting Nigeria, a country with a population of 158.4 million people, 136 on the list of 168, and scoring it 26 over 100. What is interesting to note is that while Britain did not make the list of 10 most corrupt countries in the world, it did not make the 10 least corrupt countries in the world either, where Denmark leads the pack. Britain, however, has been giving billions of pounds in aid to the 10 most corrupt countries in the world. The Department for International Development says it has spent £2.7 billion of aid money in the world's 10 most corrupt countries since David Cameron became Prime Minister. Nigeria and Afghanistan have received $2.3 billion of British aid since Mr. Cameron became Prime Minister. Though Britain's aid agency, the Department for International Development, does not hand money directly to national governments in the most corrupt countries, aid money is channeled through aid agencies or spent directly on projects that should benefit the nation's poor. President Muhammadu Buhari has begun to take steps to curtail the further enrichment of the wealthy through illegal means. It could take some time for the rest of the world to acknowledge that the continent's fortunes can indeed make its way back to the hands of its people. Amarachi Ubani, Channel Television News.